showing that he's learned everywhere he's gone. He's out in front here. Gosselin in second. That's Steve Christian in third. Bobby Hamilton relegated. Here we go again. There's the 71, Gosselin. And pulling up on him is Christian, giving it a ride for second spot. There are now 62 complete, working lap number 63. Back straightaway. Look at this move as we continue to watch Steve Christian just look terrific out here.
It's like right here in the center, he pulls up on him there, Jimmy, but it's like as they come off the corner, you'll see Mario pulling just a little bit on down that straightaway.
I think his car's a little bit looser entering into the corner, and I think that Gooslin's car is getting better in the corner. And I think that's where the difference is. I don't think that the 0 car Christian is as good in the corner. And I think the 71 is better entering, so that's where the difference becomes.
Goodson getting covered up again by Gosselin, going another lap down to the second place car. Steve Christian coming right along with him.
I feel bad for Goodson. I think he's just wishing that this day was over already. He's had a tough time. I mean, to cut the tire down that early in the race. I done that last year here in the Busch. I don't race for the points in the Busch Series. Yet I had that problem last year with a cut down left rear tire. It took me all day long to make the lap up. Finally got back to the top 10 and eventually finished 6th. But I just feel bad for him. I wanted to see a battle where we had, my God, let's race it out here, and we're not going to have that. Sort of like we have here for second and third.
I was talking to Hal Goodson. You know, he graduated back in the late 80s from Citadel, and he was a political science major, and he was all set. And then he got into racing, and he's never looked back.
He's done a good job.
Yeah, neat guy, tough guy. Done a lot of it all himself, too.
But he can't give up. He's got to keep making circles, getting as many positions as he can, because all it would take is for Fultz to lose a cylinder or have some sort of problem, and he'd be right back in this thing.
And Fultz stays in 15th position after starting 28th. Here's Steve Christian closing in another time on the 71 of Super Mario. Hank Parker Jr. stays 3 seconds in front of this duo for second place. You learning anything up here today, Mr. Excitement?
I'm learning that you can stay on the bottom of this racetrack. These guys are below the white line with these cars. And the thing that I'm impressed with is in the Busch race previous to this and this race, they have not dropped down any speed. So I think that, you know, the tires they've brought, both, you know, Hoosier and Goodyear for sure, the speeds are going to stay pretty much the same. So that means fast.
Hank Parker Jr. cutting a very fine line, and that 86 stays in front. We'll be back with more of the action of the Greased Lightning 150 in a moment.
The Greased Lightning Cleaner 150 on TBS is brought to you by Advance Auto Parts. The best part is our people.
Back live at Metro-Dade Homestead Motorsports Complex. Better than $60 million spent on this beautiful facility. $8 million to fix the turns, to make it from a 4-turn track into an oval. And what a grand job they've done. This is our leader, Hank Parker Jr. in number 86, the All-Pro Series 20th and final race of 1997. This kid's really got it stitched at the moment we are watching here, which is lap number 69, working lap 70. Shortly they have to pit, and this could be the Achilles heel for team after team in this battle today. This is not their cup of tea with pit road.
Well, again, they've got a good tire here as far as speed. We've talked about that. But the gamble would be coming in and just putting fuel only, knowing that they have seen some tires that has been tore up. But I think the key is going to come down to possibly who has the quickest pit stop.
They just don't have that experience on pit road. And here's Christian coming in. Now, Christian had just moved around Gosselin and taken over second. This is the first of the leaders to pit.
Right there is where he had to start the 45 miles an hour. That's important on these green flag stops.
2 tires and fuel, I think he'll put on.
Sugar Hill, Georgia. Steve Christian now on pit road. Let's follow this story as young Steve Christian, 28 years of age, rolls down towards his pits. Hank Parker Jr. still on the track. And here's Randy.
Well, that's the whole story here. What will they do? 2 tires or 4 tires? They're talking like it's a 2-tire change, and indeed it is for Steve Christian. He will force the other guys to do probably the same. Hank Parker was going to stay out 1 more lap. They peel some tape off the front of the grill. And also Hank Parker is coming down pit road. So Christian with a 2-tire stop, a good clean stop, 45 miles an hour, down pit road. Here comes the leader, Hank Parker. What are they going to do? They've got 2 Busch Series crews working on this car over here. They'll be running in a race tomorrow, trying to help their speed on pit road. Around to the right side, they got a great jack, man, and a great jack. A couple of pumps. This car is up. Gas all the way in already. 2 tires stopped. Down and away. They had to wait a little bit, but they waited for the driver. Could have beat it by maybe a second.
I think he beat him by 4 seconds, according to my stopwatch. The zero car had about 18.4. And that stop was 14.3, so that isn't bad for fueling the 2 tires.
And I think they actually caught Hank Parker Jr. off guard, and he dropped the jack. He was not ready to go, so he cost himself a lot of time right there.
We talked about that, Larry. These guys are not used to making pit stops, and it's tough on these guys because they know that here comes a driver. He's driving his heart out all day long, and all at once I have to make a green flag stop. It puts a lot of pressure on these guys.
30's on pit road, folks. Allen?
Well, they just made a fuel-only stop, Ken, and it went all out the window. A speeding penalty. He was too fast coming down pit road. They gambled on no tires. Remember, they told us a little earlier they wanted to get up and try and gain some positions and win the race. Came in too fast. He lost the gamble on not taking tires.
One slow in the middle of 3 and 4. He's out of gas. He's not going to make it back.
Carl Long, he is out of fuel. I don't know if he's going to make it or not. He's still rolling. I believe he's going to be out of harm's way, though. I don't know if he's going to make it to his pits or not. A lot of the leaders on pit road.
That's awful when you hear it burp and there's nothing there.
Boy, he should have stayed on the asphalt because he would have coasted all the way in, I think. When you got in that grass with the hot tires, it just going to help slow it down.
Didn't want to mess up the other guys. It's going to cost them.
These guys are all forced now to do it very, very quick.
And here's another one out of gas. Boy, there's that 17, and they are trying to push it too far. John Hayden.
Well, that guy said 75 to 85 laps. That's a big, big window. I'm glad he's not figuring my fuel mileage tomorrow.
He's made it to the entrance of pit road.
Garvey's on pit
Mike
road.
Garvey on pit road.
4-tire stop on Mike Garvey, we see.
Hanlon had really went away on his car, so I'm sure that's the reason they elected to go with 4 tires.
Ruderman, 00 on pit road. And still, Super Mario getting super mileage. Randy?
I believe, are they calling for the caution? I'll have to check on that.
Caution is out.
These right here are the tires that came off of Hank Parker's car. We remember Sean Studer's at lap 40. This is lap 75. The right rear took the most abuse on his automobile. This is the right front, but fortunately they won't have to go that far on the next set. Wow, that is some heavy damage there.
Mr. Driver. That's incredible.
And that's normally a sign that your car is a little bit loose. The rear end's wanting to come around when you blister that right rear.
These long corners, however, where you're coming off and you've got so much space out there from the center of the corner back into the straightaway, that's apt to heat them up.
A lot of pressure on the right rear here. And, you know, it's like Larry said, the car's looser, so that's even going to make the right rear slip even that much more. But new leader, Gooselin, really interesting after these stops.
Yeah, what a break for him.
And 5 cars on the lead lap with everybody pitting, and now they're under caution.
Well, that's the fates of the game. And they work in the favor of number 71, Gosselin. There you see him in first place. Hamilton in second. Burroughs, Sockwell up into 4th spot. Hey, this is getting wild out here.
Hey, race fans, Budweiser asks, who won? November 2nd, 1996, Metro-Dade Homestead Motorsports Complex. This all-pro race was contested by early leaders Mike Harmon in 24, the 25 of Wayne Anderson, and Scott Walters in car 55. Points leader Mike Cope in 57 relied on quick pit work to keep him up front throughout the day. Also battling for victory was the number 9 with Matt Hutter driving. But who won? Take a look at the contenders. The answer is coming up. Scott Walters scored another All-Pro victory on this day. After leading in the early going, Mike Harmon dropped out with electrical problems. Points leader Mike Cope won the championship but came up short in the race. Wayne Anderson had to settle for 5th place after starting on the outside of row 1. But in the end, it was a 2-car battle between Matt Hutter and Scott Walters. Hutter took the checkered flag, but was later disqualified, and Walters was awarded his 2nd career All-Pro win. Who Won was brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers. This Bud for you.
31.5 miles left to go, and they come by this time We'll be down to 80 laps left. That'll give us 30 miles, 20 laps to the finish of this All-Pro Series finale, coming to you from Metro-Dade Homestead Motorsports Complex here on TBS this afternoon. Big story has been Gosselin in the 71. Just staying out there and flying thus far. And I think we're seeing some incredible effort on his part and some incredible mileage.
And you know what happened right there? You see that a lot. You're a crew chief, you know you're getting close on fuel, but your gut tells you a caution has got to come sooner or later. And the greatest thing in the world as a crew chief is for you to be one of the cars that have not pitted and the caution come out and catch a bunch of them that has pitted.
Well, I know where I'm going to eat steak tonight. If Mario wins, I bet you get it for free, and that's at Pete's Steakhouse. I have no idea where it's at,
but you'll find it.
I'll find Pete's place. I'm sure Mario Gosselin sponsor. Hamilton's up the fourth, and there's only 5 cars on the lead lap, but Parker did not pit when the rest of those guys. He did pit originally, but he didn't pit again, this time under caution for some reason.
Robert Burrows has inherited the lead in those pit stops. Guy out of Laurel, Mississippi, who'd started in 22nd spot, been around all afternoon, hangs right in there. There you see it. That number 53 yellow and blue car as we get set to go again here.
Under NASCAR rules, with 20 to go, it should be only, and they're waving the caution flag again there. I think they're trying to sort this out right now. Only cars on the lead lap can start in that outside line. Everybody else has to be to the inside.
Brooks and Dunn car having a good day, huh?
He's up leading the race.
Look like they're having some trouble sorting this out. They're about 7 deep coming down the front stretch here under caution.
Mine.
That goes to show you how wide this racetrack is, though. But where's our point battle at now?
Well, it's still swapping around between Goodson and Fultz. Hey, you want to see a great finish? Take a look at this at Nashville. And this was the last 10 or 12 laps. It was a whale of a show. You see Goodson in the middle.
I think this is the battle for second place.
Yep.
Freddie Query won the race there coming across, but that was a photo finish with Billy Bigley and your 2 points leader, Hal Goodson and Jeff Fultz.
And Fultz finished second in that one. Goodson got third. Bigley fourth, and there's the difference in points right now. Goodson in front by 2. 2 points. Wow.
Goodson's evidently that pit stop that Hal Goodson made earlier with the flat tire became a benefit to him. He is back leading his points, and Hal Goodson in turn didn't have to pit on lap 75, 78, and that allowed Fultz to have to pit, and that's what happened here. We have a heck of a battle in the points. I can't believe this.
Do you think the temperature on the NASCAR radio may have gone up a few degrees here as they try to get this thing sorted out? Here they are, 3 wide again.
What a comment I made before, though, Ken, about Goodson saying he wishes his day was over, and they saying, dummy you, Spencer, what'd you say that for? I'm back leading this point battle. And that's my crew chief over here, Larry McGreynolds, saying he has to keep logging his laps, and you're 100% right, Larry. Look at where it ends up being. I guess we're going 3 wide racing here. I mean, the caution car's lights is out. We're 3 wide. No, we're not at Indy.
And it's not the start.
4 wide. Hey, let's go for it, guys. What the hey? Come on. 4 wide. Let's go 5.
I'll tell you, I do think that radio pace car is now running, I think, 6 in that group.
There we go. There you go. Okay, Carvey.
Randy? Or Alan Bestwick. Let's go to Alan Bestwick.
Ken, you guys were talking about the fight for the championship, and kind of something neat happened here on Friday during practice. Much has been made about the fact that Hal Goodson has run this whole season on 1 car and 1 engine. Well, Friday, during practice, he was looking for some suspension parts to try and make his car go faster. It wasn't that they had broken anything, just wanted to make it go faster to try and beat Jeff Fultz. Who did he get the parts from? The guy in the garage next to him, Jeff Fultz. They opened up the war wagon, hauled out a bunch of control arms, and there was Hal Goodson standing there measuring him up, trying to find a setup that would allow him to beat Fultz today. Sportsmanship is part of what makes stock car racing so appealing to folks, and we've had plenty of that in this championship race as it's wound down to this final event.
I'll tell you, Nipper Elsop gave an engine to the guy he's fighting with at 3 or 4 points apart this morning. That guy is out, still running well. Nipper's had his problems today. Fultz, as we start, is 18th. Goodson is 20th. They got it sorted out, and they came around. They just wanted to chat with each other.
They are professionals. we're going to have a heck of a finish here with about 17 laps to go. And I'll tell you something. I don't know where Parker's at right now, but he should be.
He's leading the race, guys. Leading the race.
It's probably over now. This car's been on a rail all day long.
Meanwhile, Burroughs is on the pit road. Put up a pretty stiff show. Isn't it the 53 down there right now? So he was been running well and was in fourth among those top 5 on pit road.
NASCAR gave him the penalty. He's received a penalty for something.
Probably there were 3 wide out there somewhere.
Yep.
And on the 86 car, more information coming from Randy Pemberton. Randy on Hank Parker Jr.
Prior to this last caution, Hank Parker and his team took on 2 right side tires, filled it up with gas. When the caution flew, everybody on pit road stood up as some of the teams that were only taking on right tires prior to that wanted to put on lefts. Hank Parker came over the radio and said, our lefts are good. We're going to go ahead and stay out here. So he's just got 2 right side tires. He's got the lefts that were on the car from earlier on, and he's ready to go to the finish.
The number 8 on the outside, that's running in 18th position, Garvey. Cars you want to watch right now, this 86 Hank Parker Jr. in front, and then Bobby Hamilton, 2-time Winston Cup winner for the Richard Petty team. He is lurking in second spot. Gosselin, the 71 Super Mario, in third, followed by Culp in fourth and Walters in fifth.
Burroughs, I elaborated before he was in for a penalty. He was speeding on pit road, and that's what happened to him. Too bad.
0 car Steve Christian there. Looked like he's just not got the handle on it maybe like he did earlier.
Yeah, he's backed up. He's in 9th spot. And he was one of those ones trapped on that caution flag that fell out of that lead group. There's that 28 sliding right down through. Billy Bigley Jr. had that great finish, 3 wide at Nashville.
He's slipping back even further now, Ken. He's back to 12th or 13th and going back straight. Something must have happened around his motor, you think, or something?
Because he was one of the strongest cars we had here earlier.
Here's Mike Franklin in the 72 wheeling around him as well. Well, the battle for the championship. What a story there. Goodson back in front by 2. It's gone back and forth between him and Fultz all afternoon. Got to wait this one out. Now 87 complete, 13 to go. Goodson leading by 2 points in that number 16 car, and he's back on that same lap with Fultz. Fultz now leads by 1 point.
Oh my goodness, this is great. We are going to have a battle.
Yeah, Goodson's following the 21st, and as he did,
Fultz is 19.
There's 10-point separation between first and second, then a 5-point interval back to about 10th spot, and then it keeps getting tighter in those points.
Where these guys are, yeah. Fultz is 19th and Goodson is 21st. When you're back there, it's 3 points per position, so that's 2 positions, 6 points. 5-point spread coming in. He's leading by 1 point right now.
Goodson's moved back into 20th. Fultz has moved into 18th. So Goodson passed the car, but so did Fultz. This is what we wanted, and we're getting it on TBS, right?
And here
this is awesome.
Isn't it a great show? Christian in there, number 0.
Whoa! Somebody lost a hood or a fender there. That's the 19 car of Stephen Howard. It had been flopping earlier.
Scared you? I can't believe you said that. It scared you. We didn't think there was anything that could scare you, maybe except the snake.
My mother.
Leader continues to be Parker, but now Gosselin has come to second, Bobby Hamilton to third. That front 3 still putting on a great show.
The whole part of the left side, the hood is gone right there on the Larry Raines car. Here he comes down the back straightaway. There, he got into the back of Ron Young, I believe, and they're part of the hood. Most of these bodies are all fiberglass. I think the doors have to be steel, but the hoods and fenders are fiberglass, and it didn't take much to cut that piece of the hood loose.
He's black flagged this lap, Larry, so you're right. That's not good.
No caution out on the track for that. Apparently, wherever it flew, it did not land back in the line or on the oval.
We have 11 laps to go, and Fultz and Goodson are 2 positions apart.
For the championship, they're well back, 19th and 21st. 10 laps to go, this time by Parker Jr. in first, Gosselin in second, Hamilton in third. Good battle up in front. We're going to get to there as you see that number 71, Gosselin, trying to close in on Hank Parker. Oh, caution's coming out. Wow. Back with you live here at the Metro-Dade Homestead Motorsports Complex. Tomorrow night on TBS, the Vail Figure Skating Festival. Our first skating special of the season, and it features Scott Hamilton and Rosalind Sumners. It's at 9 p.m. on the Superstation. 8 to go. Here's how the top 5 sugar off out here. Parker Jr. in first, Gosselin in second, Hamilton third, Cope in fourth, and Burr in fifth. Burrows had been up there, ran it a little lean on fuel, brought him in, fell out of that lead lap. You've got Walters in sixth, Sockwell is in seventh. There's a guy you may hear a lot about. They're very high on him coming into the series next year to do some serious racing in this All-Pro Slim Jim Series. I'm joined today by Larry McReynolds and the winner of one of the best races we've seen in years, that All-Pro bumper-to-bumper 300 up at Charlotte, North Carolina. Jimmy Spencer along. How you like it up here, James?
This is really interesting. I have a lot more respect for these commentators and the guys down in the pits and the cameramen especially. They do such a superb job. But I wonder what Hank Parker Jr. and Gosselin's feeling like right now. They're, you know, Bobby Hamilton, Winston Cup driver, Cope's moving up to the Busch Series next year, and these two guys are beating these guys, so that makes it quite interesting. I think you have to feel real good. Parker Jr.'s done an outstanding job today. His car is handling tremendous.
Cautions, what do we got? 3 out here?
We had 3.
I mean, all of these guys should be feeling pretty good about the show they put on here today. Hey, we've got 2 more laps before they're going to turn them loose. Then it's a sprint to the finish. So let's take a quick commercial break, so when we come back, we can stay with you right down to the checks. And we're back with you, watching here for the finish of this one. No one more interested in that guy in that blue fishing shirt. That's Hank Parker Sr. And Hank Parker Jr. is leading this race. His father is spotter up on top of the roof here of this beautiful facility at the Metro-Dade Homestead Motorsports Complex as we come down to wind this one up.
That was very interesting. I think we might have missed it. The pace car came in, and another car was coming in to do something, and he hit the inside barrier here and then inside a pit road. Less than 5 laps to go.
96 down. They're into the final 4 circuits of this 1.5-mile track. You see that number 86 staying in front. Hank Parker Jr., but right on his tail, closing up his Gosselin.
And you know what we saw here, you don't see any lap traffic with less than 10 to go. It's a down finger restart. There you see Mario Gosselin really moving in on Hank Parker Jr. through 3 and 4 there.
Parker holds him off by 2 car lengths. Bobby Hamilton lies there in third. And 3 laps to go. Randy Pemberton.
Well, besides Hank Parker Sr., who is spotting for his son here today, they have this racetrack covered. We have Billy Parker, that is Hank Parker Jr.'s brother down here in the pits. And somewhere up in the grandstands is brother number 3, and that is Ben Parker.
The Parkers are out in full here today. That number 40 was the car that almost bunched up the pace car, and in trying to avoid it, he piled into the wall trying to avoid hitting the thing. So the number 40, Bobby Newling, had that problem that Jimmy Spencer was referring to. Last couple of laps coming up. And there's that battle further back. There's Goodson battling for the championship. And there you see Fultz.
Fultz is out. Something happened to Fultz's car. Goodson's leading this point battle. Fultz is all the way back to 35th spot.
Goodson on his way to the championship in the last couple of laps. Still trying to make up some ground here, but something to miss on that one. Goodson looks like he's into the championship.
He got 1 car into the wall.
Just grazed it. Keeps on coming. Bounces it off again. Remember, green, white, and check.
That's Conrad Bird. That was Conrad Bird into the wall there in turn 3 and 4. No caution on the speedway. 2 to go.
And Hank Parker Jr. has it covered at the present time. Can he stay there? Trying to reel in the son of the great fisherman. That is Bobby Hamilton coming up in there now. Hamilton and Gosselin trying to chase down Parker as we finish this one up.
Goodson is all by himself in that lap, and Fultz is 33rd spot.
Falling back. Give it to Hal Goodson.
Last lap.
Here we go. Final lap.
Hank Parker Jr. What he has done a great job today.
Okay, guys, we got to straighten this out. The reason scoring is showing Jeff Fultz, the transponder, which counts the laps, is broken. He's still right there where he's supposed to be, I think. It's just NASCAR's transponder is not picking it up, so he's not in the position that scoring's actually showing him.
Also, Hal Goodson's there, and now it builds again as to that number 30. Looks like he may have that number 16 covered. Here's the 86 coming down. Hank Parker Jr. Checkered flag is out, and he's going to win it. Hank Parker Jr.'s second win of the season as he defeats Bobby Hamilton and Gosling. The question here is the 16 and the 30 as they come across.
Well, as they come across, he only finished, it looked like, one position in front of him, and that's only 3 points back there where they're at. So, again, they've a lot of trouble with the NASCAR transponder. It's going to be interesting to see the results here.
5-point difference. Goodson would win the title by a couple. That's unofficial. We'd better wait for NASCAR on that one. Transponder breaking down. You know, they have 3 backup systems.
He is. Goodson has won this championship.
And the Goodsons are celebrating. How do you do?
We wanted this finish. We got it.
There you have it.
It's just too bad that there has to be a loser. That's the bad spot in this whole scenario.
Yeah, but it's what makes racing so great. It's not 2 teams. It was 40 that started this day. Every one of them determined to do their best.
There's Jeff Fultz. And, guys, what you got to remember, just a few laps into this race, this guy here was running, Jeff Fultz, he was running in the top 15. Here, Hal Goodson, he was running 38.
2 laps down.
That just goes to show you can't give up in this sport.
He cut the tire down. You're right, Larry. He lost a lap, then another lap, and then the caution never came out. And in turn, the 30 car had to pit for fuel. Fultz, he ended up getting on the same lap as Goodson, and he only beat him by 1 spot, but he had a 5-point lead. 3-point deficit is all he could get. If he gained 1 more spot, he would have won the championship. Instead, Goodson goes home with it, and I congratulate them both. They've had a heck of a year. It's been a great finish here.
The Grease Lightning car comes up to win the championship. That's unofficial still. Goodson in the Grease Lightning 150. Hank Parker coming out of that rig.
What a great job that guy has done today. He has drove an excellent rig. His dad, his whole family can be proud of. I'm proud of
all those Parker
I know
brothers.
those guys.
And his father's ready to jump off the roof up here. So let's go down trackside to Randy with a winner.
Hank Parker Jr., congratulations, your second win of the year. It's got to feel terrific national television here at Homestead.
Yeah, it was wonderful. The car ran good. Awesome Motors, CRD Motors did a great job. I'd like to thank Delco Voyager Batteries. They've supported me all year. NGK Spark Plugs, Duragloss Car Care Products. Really got to thank all those guys. The car was perfect. Freddie Query had a great car underneath me today. Good Hamke chassis, good Carrera shocks. Just like to thank everybody.
Great support all the way around. You had a Busch Series team or 2 helping you, as well as your family, your dad up on the roof spotting for you.
Yeah, we had Robbie Reiser, they're a neighboring shop, and I really got to thank those guys. They did a good job pitting for me. We had a good pit strategy. Everything worked our way today.
Okay, that's it. The famous fishing family went fishing today, and they caught a big one here in the NASCAR All-Pro Series.
Yeah, they got their limit. They certainly pulled one in today. Hank Parker Jr. is victorious at the Metro-Dade Homestead Motorsports Complex. The celebration continues, and we'll meet the guy who won the championship for 1997 in just a moment. Stay with us here on TBS. Wow, you talk about close finishes. This is as good as when Joe Nemechek beat Rick Crawford by 5 back in the early 80s. Our statistician, Greg Fielding, says, hey, forget about that big win that Nemechek had by 5 points over Rick Crawford in the 80s. Think about Jody Ridley beating Bobby Gill by a point in 92. 2 points today after 20 races make the difference for one driver. And let's meet the champion now.
Well, Ken, this is Hal Goodson. He is waiting to get official word on whether or not he is actually the champion. NASCAR, this thing was so close. NASCAR is taking the time to audit the scoring, make sure that Hal Goodson is actually the champion. So let's start about the story of your day, Hal. You cut down the tire early in the race and got way, way behind. What happened? What were you thinking?
Well, we cut that left rear down. You know, when we won in the championship '95, we cut a tire down and got like 2 laps down and had to fight back all day. And man, you know, we were behind all day when that tire went down, you know, and me and Jeff there at the end. It's official.
Is it?
Pending final tech inspection.
Okay, we're getting word that pending final tech inspection, Hal Goodson is the champion. Congratulations.
Thank you, Alan. Thank the people at Homestead, Slim Jim, Grease Lightning, NASCAR, this is a great place, great racetrack, and, they need to take these cars to these big tracks more often.
Tell me about what it means to you to come back after a year away and struggling all year long with just the one car and the one engine and come away with the championship.
Well, I mean, we're racers, man. That's what we do. And my wife's crying, my sister crying, about to get me to cry, but it's great. It's a lot of hard work, and we picked up the sponsor there from Grease Light in the middle of the year, and got us through the year, and it was great. I want to congratulate Jeff and Ron. We're good friends, and I know it's tough, and I hate this. I like winning thing. I hate to see them lose it, but there got to be one winner. I'm glad it's me.
Congratulations. Hal Goodson by 2 points, the NASCAR Slim Jim All-Pro Series champion.
In 1987, he graduated from Citadel, political science, gave it up. Sure has his racing science down, doesn't he, Jimmy Spencer?
His mathematics is good, too. He ended up winning this championship, and I'll tell you something, Larry, when he blew that tire, I would never have dreamed that he could come back and get this thing, but you never know. It's like you said, the caution never fell for the fuel, and in turn, he ends up winning this championship.
That's as close as it could get with the way they come in here today, because I think 3 points is the most that, it could be the spread, and he come in 5 points ahead and left here 2 points ahead.
Hank Parker, with that run today, moved up to 4th in the points, so that's a great run for him. And his dad's still not down yet. There he is. There's his dad.
There's his father.
He's done
six flights down here in this great facility at Metro-Dade Homestead Motorsports Complex. And there is Hank Parker, has one of the most famous fishing shows in the business. And he today has absolutely got his limit and then some. Hank Parker Jr. wins the race. Goodson wins the title. There's the guy that came in second. That is Jeff, came in third. Jeff in the points.
That's Ron
Young. I beg your pardon. That is Ron Young.
As he said, he was a gambler's choice coming in here, but he just run as hard as he could. Probably didn't have the day he wanted to have, and ended up third.
Same color uniform. I thought he'd shaved off his mustache. Oh, they're superstitious, these folks. Back in a moment.
The Grease Lightning Cleaner 150 on TBS has been brought to you by KFC, for everything a meal should be. Everybody needs a little KFC. By Lamar Farrell Chevrolet, a name you know and trust. By Advance Auto Parts, the best part is our people. And by Texaco, a world of energy.
Back with you live at Metro-Dade Homestead Motorsports Complex. Grease Lightning 150 is now complete. Beautiful day of racing at this beautiful facility. Let's meet the runner-up in the championship battle.
Well, Jeff, a tough day for you. I know that's got to be a bitter pill to swallow, but nonetheless, your team performed very well this year. You finished second.
Yeah, we just didn't have the luck on our side. We come in and we had to pit under green and got back out and tried to get it back. We had a decent car and just rode all day. I mean, we didn't have a fast car, but we had a good car. We just scoring kind of hurt us there at the end. They put some people that were supposed to be right with us up in the middle of the lap, or leaders' cars, and I couldn't catch them. So, my hat's off to Hal Goodson and all his crew. I just got to thank Janet King and all the people that's helped me. King Motorsports. Janet King's been with me almost half the year, and they've been one of the best sponsors we ever had. So, got to thank all them, my motor builders, Pat Chauncey, and all my guys at home that couldn't make it all down here. Appreciate it. We tried our best, so we'll get them next year.
Okay, there he is, runner-up in the championship chase, gracious in defeat.
Indeed. Paid $89,000 total purse out here today. Sure isn't like Winston Cup, Jimmy, but it sure is great racing, isn't it?
Well, it's where these guys need to be. They need to prove this guy done a great job. He's going to be that much stronger in the run for the championship next year. We only can have one champion, and it's no different in this than Winston Cup or whatever. And you need to take this and learn from it, because you can go on into the Busch truck and on into Winston Cup.
Jimmy Spencer, thanks so much for being with us today. I know you got to run down and get ready to practice for the Jiffy Lube 300 tomorrow. Great working with you.
Thank you for having me. Pleasure with you, Larry, and thanks very much.
As fun as watching you win that All-Pro Bumper-to-Bumper 300.
No, I enjoyed that a whole lot.
I bet you did.
Thank you, everybody.
A final thought today from Larry McReynolds.
Well, these guys come here to Homestead 8 months ago. Everybody wanting to win the championship. 8 months later, it come here, come down to 3 guys. There's your champion, Hal Goodson, and had a great race. Pit strategy, a lot of things played in the role today, and it just was. It's been a great season for these All-Pro guys.
So there you have it. Hal Goodson is the champion. Stay with the Superstation. 2 weeks from tonight is the NASCAR Thunder Special from Suzuka in Japan at 10 Eastern. See if Rusty Wallace can defend last year's championship across the Pacific. It's live from Japan on TBS. That's going to do it for today. Thank you for being with us this afternoon. And next, An Eye for an Eye, starring Chuck Norris here on the Superstation. Our thanks to Jimmy Spencer and Larry McReynolds, to Randy Pemberton and Alan Bestwick on pit road. Great day, great championship battle. Hank Parker Jr. wins the Grease Lightning 150 at the Metro-Dade Homestead Motorsports Complex.
The preceding has been an exclusive presentation of Turner Sports. In 1998, cable television's exclusive host for the 18th Olympic Winter Games from Nagano, Japan, and the 4th Goodwill Games from New York.